Welcome back to Engineered Well Pilates, and today I've got a lovely workout for you to do, Pilates workout, and all you're going to need is a chair. So ideally your chair is going to be a nice firm backed, say kitchen chair or dining room chair. You want something that you can really get your bum back into the edge of and feel like you've got something up behind your spine, just as a tactile reference, okay? And you want it to feel solid. So watch that you're not on a slippy surface. You might want to put a mat underneath your chair just for a little bit of support. So to start off with, you're going to sit on the edge of your chair, right on the very edge. You're going to have your feet forwards. They're going to be about a hip width apart. And ideally, you're going to be sort of a 90-degree angle at the hip and the knee. So you've got this nice strong base of support. Your arms can just hang heavy by your sides. Just let them go wherever is comfortable. We're going to start with some roll-ups. So I want you to nod your chin to your chest and start to round your spine over. You're just very slowly, very gently going to round your spine over your thighs as if you're trying to reach the crown of your head towards the floor. You should feel just a stretch through the back, through the body, fingertips are reaching down. And then when you get as low as is comfortable, you're going to start to restack your spine, one bone at a time. And my challenge for you is, can you get taller as you roll back up to an upright position? And that's where using those abs comes into play. So nod your chin to your chest and round yourself over, one bone at a time. I want you to have a sense of picking up the back of your rib cage and reaching it towards the point where your wall meets your ceiling. So it's this lifted round over towards the floor. So that then when you come back up, you're going to use your abdominals, pull those abs in deep to try and pull the bones back up your wall, back up the back of that chair to the top. Let's go for 3 more. Round your spine over. Feel that nice stretch through the body. Just start to waken up those abs and grow all the way tall, 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 up to the top. And again, round it over. Back of the ribs, lifting towards the top of the wall and coming all the way back up. And this is your last one. Just nice and loose, nice and stretched. Round it down. See if you can go any lower on this last one and come all the way back up. And now place your hands on top of your thighs, palm down. You're going to lift up your right leg and I want you to press it into your hand. Press it into your right hand and resist with your right hand. And you should feel your abdominals switch on a bit and then set the leg down. And again, you're going to lift that leg up. Your hand is going to press into your thigh as your thigh resists and presses into your hand. Pull your belly button in and up. We'll go for 3 more on this side. Big press into that leg. Press as hard as you can. And release. 2 more. And here's your last one. Press that hand into that thigh. Resist with the thigh and press it back down to the floor. Left side. Left leg lifts. Left hand is on top of the thigh. Push that hand into the thigh and push the thigh into the hand and resist. And do 4 more. Big press. You might feel it differently on one side to the other. 3 more. Press that hand into the thigh. Press the thigh into the hand and release. 2 more. So those toes are just off that floor and then you lower them down. And this is your last one. Lift that leg, press through the hand and lower it back down. You're going to sit up really tall. Hands can just rest on the chair next to you, or you can keep them on the thighs if that's helpful for you. I want you to have a sense of how evenly you're sitting on your chair. So hopefully you feel a nice balanced weight through both of your sits bones. If you feel that one side of your buttock is higher than the other. It's not so heavy into your chair. Just try and adjust yourself so you feel even. Now we're going to start lifting and lowering alternate legs. And I want you to do this without feeling your body shift from side to side. So really scoop those abdominals in and up to start. And hug your middle. It's like you're hugging your spine as you float your right leg, keeping it in that tabletop position, just lifting it just a little bit off the floor. And then lower it back down without shifting the body weight. And now lift up the other leg. Lower it back down. Try not to shift your body weight. Scoop in those abs to stabilize. And lower the foot down. We lift the left leg. Whole body is strong and tall. And we switch to the right leg. Just lifting one leg and lowering it down. Let's do one more. And lower it down. Now, if that felt fine, that was actually quite straightforward for you, you can move on to the next level. Otherwise, keep going just like that. The next level is to lift up onto your tiptoes. And you're going to lift the right leg up. And as you lower it, just to the tiptoes, you're going to lift up the left leg. So now you've got less contact on the floor. You've really got to engage those abs to keep your body still and strong. We're going to do 2 more repetitions on each side. Lifting and lowering. You grow taller as your leg lifts. And lower. This is your last one. Last set. This is your last one. And pause. Rest those feet down. I now want you to sit all the way back in your chair. Get that bum right back into the crease. Feel your back pressing into the back of your chair. Feel those ribs pushing in towards the back of the chair. Just nice and strong and anchored. Your feet are still going to be about hip width apart in front of you. Take your arms out straight ahead. So the fingertips are in line with your shoulders. And I want you to take a nice big inhale here. And as you exhale, I want you to feel the front of your rib cage almost pull backwards towards the back of your rib cage. I want you to really glue your whole torso to the back of that chair. Nothing's going to change. We're going to start to lift both of our arms up towards the ceiling. Now, I'm going to suggest we don't go all the way to the ceiling. You'll see why if you do. We're going to go to probably the top of your wall, like the top of the wall, so maybe a kind of 45-degree angle, just so that the arms are maybe a little bit in front of the ears. Just don't go too high. This is how you know how high to take your arms. Start to float the arms up. Now, as the higher the arms go, you should feel it's more of a challenge to keep those ribs pulling backwards towards the back of your chair. You'll get a sense that they want to sort of pop it open, and that's what we don't want. So you're going to lift your arms up only to a point where you can keep those ribs so heavy to the back of your chair, and then you're going to bring the arms and just lower them back down. And we'll do that 4 more times. It's a really subtle movement, so don't panic if you don't get it in the first session. And just keep coming back to it, and it will start to click in your body. You can have a go at taking your hands all the way back, and you will feel the difference between that popped open rib cage and that knitted together rib cage. So reaching the arms up, pulling those ribs backwards and together, lowering the arms back down. 2 more, nice and strong. Pull those ribs back and down and lower the arms. And this is your last one. Knit those ribs across the body and lower the arms back down. So as you get more comfortable with that exercise, you can add circling the arms, moving the arms in different planes. Just always keep those ribs as still and anchored as you can. So now slide back to the front of your chair. So your bum is right on that front edge, and your feet will have moved forwards too. I want you to imagine that your body is the fabric of a deck chair. And you're going to start to slide your pelvis underneath you. You're going to pull your belly button backwards towards the back of your chair, and you're going to hollow out your whole body. You're the fabric of the deck chair. The tips of your shoulder blades are going to find the back of your chair, so you've got that anchor point, and you can really feel that scoop out the whole front of your body. Those front ribs are softened, just like we were doing in the previous exercise. They're pulling backwards, and you're just nice and strong. Okay, those abs will be on. So lift up onto your tiptoes. I'm going to have you pull your right knee in towards your chest. Now again, this is all about not shifting your body weight. So scoop out the abdominals and pick up that right leg without dropping everything onto your left side. Pull the knee in, and then lower the leg down with control to the tiptoe if you can, and pull in the left leg without shifting the body weight. Keep carving out your belly. Lower the left leg down and switch sides. Now, if this is feeling fine, you can have a go at running the legs in the air. So it would be a case of one leg lifts. Now, as that leg lowers, you're going to lift the other leg. You've never actually got one leg touching the floor. It's much more of a challenge. Make sure if you do that your nose is always pointed towards your navel. That's going to help you keep that strong scoop through the abs. Nice and stable bodies. Last one. And pause. Okay, sit yourself up tall. We're going to do some flat back work. Those feet can now refine the floor, and you're going to bring your hands palm over palm to the base of your head. I want you to press your hands into your, press your head into your hands, and let that connection make you grow taller. Can you stretch your spine and the crown of your head up towards your ceiling? And at the same time as you lift and you stretch, can you connect those ribs across the front of your body so they've not popped open? Everything is rooted and strong. We're going to lean backwards, keeping this shape. So the crown of my head is going to skim my ceiling as I lean backwards. I'm pulling those ribs with me, and then I'm going to come back up to the top. So just like when we moved the arms behind, or we moved the arms up, there's a point where you can't lean back anymore without losing your ribs. And the importance of keeping those ribs engaged and connected is it's going to protect your back. So you never want to feel pain in your back. You don't want to feel your back is arching here. So just keep the movement really small. So those hands are behind your head, elbows are reaching wide, feet are pressing into the floor, and the crown of your head is going to start to skim the ceiling. And that nose is just level. So your gaze is sort of almost towards the floor, just a little bit, and come back up to the top. It's not, the head's not lolling backwards. Everything is just strong. Use those hands for support. Pull those ribs back, come back up to the top. Now we're going to do 4 more of these. The more you do the exercise, the easier it is to start to tune in with the body. Do you feel that one side of your body is leading the way? Are you twisting, or are you moving evenly? 2 more reps. Is one side of your body pulling you up faster than the other? Just something to think about. Pull those ribs in so deep as you lean back. Pull them in deeper as you come up to the top. And relax those arms. You can give the arms a bit of a shake and just re-find yourself on your chair. Feet pressing into the floor, sitting up as tall as you can. You're going to reach your arms up to the ceiling. Now don't worry too much about the ribs here. We're just going to stretch. So let everything go. And now imagine you're one of those wine bottle openers with the sort of head. You're going to press your arms down by your sides as if you're resisting something, like you're pressing down through the arms. Your head is going to pop up between the shoulders. You're going to grow taller. And you're going to reach up towards the ceiling, and you're going to press those arms down like a wine bottle opener. Feel the resistance of that cork, and we'll do 3 more. Big reach. Grow taller as the arms lower down. And 2 more. Lovely big stretch. I love this exercise. It's just really nice feeling on the whole body. Last one, and come to pause. Bring your arms and now cross them over your chest. So you should feel much taller now. And I want to continue that theme, that stretching as we now twist through the spine. So without moving your hips, you're just going to turn your upper body and you're going to rotate it around to the right. And then you're going to lengthen your arms out to the sides. So they're going to come off your chest and they're going to reach to the sides. And you're going to see if you can use your straight arms as a lever to rotate any further. And then come back to the centre. Cross your arms over your chest. Rotate round to the left. When you think you can't twist anymore, just check that your hips haven't moved. Lengthen your arms out to the sides. Can you use them as a lever to stretch further? And come back to centre and recross the arms. We'll do 2 more on each side. Rotate round. Open out those arms. Nose pointing towards the middle finger of your back arm. Come back to centre. Recross the arms. Rotate round to the left. Twist. Extend the arms. Nose reaching down your middle finger of the back arm. Come back to centre. 1 more set. Twist round. Arms across the chest. Hips still and stable. Lengthen those arms. Can you twist further? Come back to the middle. Here's your last one. Arms cross. We twist. We reach. We come back to centre and bring the arms down by your sides. So now let's think about those legs again. Everything is still. You've now got a tray across your thighs and you don't want anything that's on it to spill. So you want to keep it completely level. You're going to grow tall through your spine, lift up out of those hips and start to straighten your right leg. The foot will lift off the floor because you're trying to keep that thigh level as you reach the foot away from your body. Set the foot back down. We're going to alternate legs. Left leg now stretches out straight without letting the thigh or the knee drop. Then bend and bring back in. You should feel a sort of squeeze through the quad, through the front of your thigh as you do this movement. And as always in Pilates, you're not shifting your body weight. You're scooping in your middle and you're hugging your centre line. Nice and strong. Big reach. You're going to do 1 more set. Stretch out that leg as far as you can. Bend it back in. You're still sitting up tall. Are you growing taller? So you're not leaning back as you straighten and bend that leg. Let's just do a bonus set here. Don't lean back. Lift tall as that leg straightens. This is your last one. And pause. Okay, bring those feet back to hip width apart. So now let's put together some of these exercises and do a sort of squat movement. So you're going to bring your hands, you can either place them across your chest, you can put them behind your head, that's more of a challenge. You might want to have them gently resting on the front of your thighs, depending on how you feel about squats. So your feet are hip distance apart. You're going to lean your body weight forwards. And as you lean forwards, use your abs. So don't let those ribs fall open. Gather them up into your body so you're nice and strong. And now dig those heels in towards the floor. Squeeze your buttock and see if you can lift up off the chair as high as you can without using your hands. Okay. So we don't have to come all the way up to standing. You can if that feels good for you. We're just going to come up as far as you feel comfortable. And as far as you are aware that your knees are not falling in or splaying out. They're just staying in line with your hips. We're in a nice strong position all the way through the movement. Okay, we're going to keep going. We'll go for 5 more of these. Lifting and lowering. Sometimes I think it's harder when you don't come all the way up to stand and you almost hold it for a bit in that squat and then sit back down. Okay, 3 more. I can't count, so we'll do 3. So keep picking up those ribs. 2. Try not to dump your chest down towards the floor. Keep it nice and lifted. And sit back down. Okay, now come to stand however you need to. You can use your hands if that's what you need to do. And you're going to come and stand either side onto your chair or right around the back. We're going to do a little bit. I will just turn my chair around so I've got a bit more room. So this is a little bit of standing leg work. The chair is just for support. If your balance is good, don't hold on to the chair. But if it's a little bit ropey or you just want that comfort, just keep your hands softly on the end, on the top of the chair, as in the top of the back. So now my feet are going to come and stand in a little V shape. So my heels are going to touch and my toes will just be a couple of fingers distance apart, so nothing too rotated out at the thigh. I'm going to lift my right leg off the floor to the side. So essentially I'm going to slide my right foot out towards the side so that it lifts. I'm not dumping everything through my left leg. I'm trying to lift out of the hip and keep all that lovely length and height that we've created through the session. And I'm going to lift and lower my right leg. It's going to lift to the side and lower. It lifts to the side and lowers. Barely touching the floor. You might touch the floor with your toes each time. Ideally, you'll keep it lifted. Now your hand, your right hand that's not touching the chair, can be on your hip. That can help you to feel if your hips are turning out or you're sort of rolling back, or are they nice and aligned. Or you can hold your arm out to the side straight, really go where you feel stable. We're going to do 1 more, and now we're going to lift the leg and hold and make circles, forward circles. Use those abdominals to stabilise your upper body. So you're not rolling around all over the place, you're nice and still. Now let's reverse the circles. Try and take the leg behind you a bit when you circle, but watch that the hip doesn't go with it. Okay. And then lower that leg down, and we're going to change sides. So now the left leg, you're still in your little V shape with the feet, and your left leg is going to go out to the sides so that it can float off the floor. Hand is either on the hip, just check those hips are level, or your arm is straight out to the side. And you're going to lift and lower this left leg. We're going to lift and lower. Lift out of that supporting right leg. Stay tall. So lots of people here like to sort of drop their nose towards the floor. I want you to keep that chest lifted, just nice and strong through that whole body. Let's do 3 more. Just watch those hips, check in with your abdominals, and now lift that leg and circle the leg forwards. Everything's still, only the leg is moving. Last one, circle the other way. Only the leg is moving. Everything is stable from your belly. 2 and 1, and set that foot down. Brilliant. Okay, so now let's do some final squats and a little side stretch, and then that's you all done. So stand in front of your chair, feet are hip width apart. You should be feeling a nice glow through the buttocks, through the side of the thighs now. And again, if you can, you're going to sit down into your chair without using your hands. You might want to keep your hands on the hips or reach them forward as a counterbalance. I just want you to feel as you lower yourself backwards into your chair that those knees are rock solid in line with your hips. They're not rolling in, you're not rolling over your foot arches. Everything is nice and aligned. Sit all the way down in your chair. Come to the front of the chair. Feet solid on the floor. Let's stretch. Right arm reaches down to your side. Left arm reaches up to the ceiling, and we're going to side bend over. Now I love this exercise, seated mermaid, because I can really feel my sits bones, my buttocks on the chair, and I want to keep an even weight across those sits bones even as I stretch over to one side. And now I'm going to use my abdominals to lift me back up to the top. 2 more. Stretch over, reach your fingertips apart, Pull those hips even and heavy into your chair. And now come back up to the top. And we side bend over one more time. Stretch over. And lift all the way back up to the top. Let's change arms. Right arm up to the ceiling, left arm down to the floor, and stretch. It's like you're trying to touch your left fingertips towards the floor, and your right arm, your right fingertips just skimming the ceiling. Use those abs to come back up to the top. 2 more, big side stretch over. Can you keep heavy through your right hip? And come all the way up to the top. And this is your last one, stretch even further. Open out that whole side and come all the way up to the top. Relax the arm, and that's you done. A lovely little Pilates workout that hopefully has left you feeling stretched and strengthened, all from a kitchen or a dining room chair. Brilliant. Let me know how you found it, either in the comments below or drop me a line. And while you're here, please do like, subscribe, and share these videos and help me get Pilates out to more people just like you. So I'm Emma, Engineered Well Pilates. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Take care. Bye.